Welcome back to the third quarter of the BOBBY003 show. We play in full quarters, and we hopefully entertained you with some of our Christmas activities in the Opelousas, Acadiana area. And
be careful with some of those activities.
Yeah.
It's hot water the first half hour.
Yeah. And the one thing that we, I guess, well known for in our community is the annual doll and toy fund. Mm-hmm. You were telling me, and I think you mentioned that earlier and on one of the earlier shows, that this was started possibly around the
World War I.
Yeah,
that when the soldiers came back, of course, people were poor, and not all the soldiers came back. So a lot of those kids, the Catholic daughters got together and began to do this toy drive to help those kids out. Now, of course, it's you're beyond the World War I, World War II, and all the world wars. Now they're just helping any needy kids.
New toys are given to needy children in the Opelousas area. Monetary donations can be made to Doll and Toy Fund.
Correct.
And they can be mailed to or in care of Janice Kerrville. And that's at 1826 Edward Street here in Opelousas, 70570. And of course, Janice is one of the owners. Her husband, A.B. Kerrville, is the general manager of Kerrville Toyota. Mm-hmm. Well known. So you're sending your money to a good cause. Mm-hmm. These children that they select, names are brought to them, and they select according to they get one for practically every kid. It just works out every year that between the money that's given and the toys that are brought in, new toys, unwrapped, I might add.
Yeah, bring new toys, unwrapped. You can drop them off at your local church, like Queen of Angels, but St. Landry Catholic Church as well. They assemble them all
go
together.
Over to Kerrville Toyota and go there. They'll take them there.
You can call 789-0971 for more info if you need any more.
And it can be brought to Valentin Hall.
That's at St. Landry Catholic.
From 8:45 to 11:50 and 1:15 to 3:45 Monday through Thursday. Mm-hmm. Friday only until 11:50. But like I said, I know AB would be glad to take them the toys over there, or the checks for that matter. And she brought in this little extra one-line statement, which is really powerful. The spirit of love prevails at Christmas.
You got it.
Thank you, Janice, and we'll keep reminding everybody. My brother Cody, if you're watching, didn't get a picture of you. Well, I did get a picture.
Oh yeah, we have a picture.
For next week, we'll have a picture of you, Cody. But I know you send that $100 bill every year. Don't forget these people. And although you moved to Lafayette, we still take dollars from Lafayette.
And while we're talking about the Catholic daughters, Immaculate Conception is this Saturday. So if you want to go to Mass, I know St. Landry Catholic has a 5:30 p.m. Vigil Mass Friday evening, and then an 8 a.m. Mass at St. Landry Catholic Church in the morning. But all the churches will have a Mass Saturday and Sunday. Holy day of obligation.
Holy day, yeah. Some of the material that I picked up, I'll show you all some pictures after a while. I made Mass in Winfield, and we'll get to that real soon because I got some of my friends over there watching that.
And a couple more sponsors. LHC Group, all your home health care needs. LHC Group was there en masse, as they say, at the Breakfast with Santa again, and gave a very, very generous gift again, one of our crystal donors, as we call them, the high-end givers. Louisiana Healthcare Group, all about helping people. They've got hospice care, palliative care, health and wellness center here off of Heather Drive in Opelousas. They can help you in your homes throughout the United States with nursing care, therapy care. They can help you with the equipment in the homes, from those lift chairs, the beds, the oxygen, whatever you need, the button to press for help. They've got it all. Louisiana Healthcare Group, all about helping people. And how about Torgill? If you need a little seasoning, Torgill is your place. They also got butcher supplies, kitchen supplies, cutlery as well. Go by and take a look around. If you're a baker, they got baking supplies. They've got classes that they're always teaching in baking, from the pies to the cakes to whatever you're looking for, right there on Wartail Avenue. You can also get more info on them at torgill.com, and they were a very nice, generous donor again. Ted,
yes,
Lord and
Ted
family.
Always sends a nice check. Ted was not there today. Kind of he's noticeably not there.
Usually stands out in the
because
crowd.
you know he's just a fun-loving guy, and as hard as he appears to be playing, he works way harder than that when he's at work. I mean, this guy is very successful. His dad was there, Mr. A.C. Bellard, and of course his brother Tim that operates the where they all got started at the poultry plant.
How about one more sponsor? Sears of Opelousas. Go by Sears. It's Christmas time. Television sets, appliances. Maybe Mama needs a new fridge. You were showing a family the other day buying a new fridge for Mama, as they say. Got all that for you. Lawn and garden type stuff as well. Maybe your mower was on his last leg from last season of cutting. Maybe you need something bigger to mulch all them big old leaves in your yard like I had this weekend. Go by Sears. It can help you out. I saw Mr. Derek Faust over at Faust.
He was there.
Over at Indian Hills today. He was getting a little breakfast as well and helping support our people. They're local people. His son goes over to OC as a football player. Go and help local folks.
Okay, let's get some pictures.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for that. Let's see. Where's my button? Right there. Come south.
Okay. Last Wednesday night, there was a group that met, and I apologize for not taking pictures. At the last minute, this person came up looking for, I think, his son, and this person is Willie Glasscock. And, of course, where our office is, that was the Glasscock property right there. Not the warehouse and all.
Right.
I'm talking about where the OPAC office is. There was
former
a point
Mr. Cook,
there.
burger chef.
All that property in there was where the Glasscocks, and of course her sister is Lois Glasscock Boanny. Judge Boanny's, Kenny Boanny's wife. That's his brother-in-law right here. Willie, I said, Willie, I want to ask you one direct question. I said, are you still playing tennis? Well, he says, I certainly am.
There you go.
I mean, he's a little older than we are, and still playing, very active. Lives over in Eunice, Louisiana. And here was last Thursday night, the group, we had a board of directors, not a board of directors, I guess a committee, a stockholders meeting over at the casino, Evangeline Downs Hotel, of which we are minor partners in it. Joe Fred, Dr. Jimmy Gotcha, Willie, Little Joe. I can't name everybody, but there's about 8 of us locally that put up a little bit of money to kind of give them some seed money, some encouragement money would be better. Mr. Jim Bervin became a very close friend out of that association. So while we were having our dinner, I spotted my chemistry teacher 101 over at SLI. Now, for you younger people, that is UL of Lafayette today. But we go back a few years, and Miss Estelle is on the left with the blue jacket on, and she taught Al Richard and I, Al's pharmacy.
Saw Al at the breakfast this morning as well.
He was there. I reminded him of seeing Miss Estelle, and we were partners. You know how you work in chemistry as a partner, sit at when you're doing your lab work. And of course, all the way on the right is Miss Nan Weir, and she has some good news. She sold her New York apartment and is back in Opelousas, and she's gonna get active again. She said she's happy to be here. She had left for a few years.
Great lady.
But wonderful lady, very generous to the community, and we welcome you back.
When they had La Zinc, they had that couch up in the front. When I'd come in, she said, let's go sit on the couch. And, you know,
you
go sit on the couch and cut up. And
find out what's going on. She wants to know what's going on. And we'll talk more about it in the future.
Some motorcycles.
On the way to the camp at Winfield, I stopped by the little liquor store and convenience store and picked up a bag of ice and some cold drinks and stuff. I can't drink
just cold drinks.
Yeah, just cold drinks. I'm not on that hard stuff. And met 3 people. 2 of them were from the Winfield area, and the other young lady is not far, I forgot where, but she was a little bit distant from that, but they were just local riding, and a beautiful weekend, I might add, and we have a couple of pictures. These are some of the oil production tanks on the land that the hunting lease is on, is a lot of oil production. This is old-time well. This is probably in the 40s or 50s, at least 40s.
Still working, huh?
Still working, you bet. And this is I'm trying to catch something.
Look at you go.
And then the next picture is
they're grilling some chicken.
Rotisserie chickens, and the rotisserie, I might add, was made for the camp by Charles Doré, Lil Charles, as we call him, Lil Charles Doré.
And you're using a rim to
cook that off
from
big truck rim is what
y'all took it off the truck. Y'all took it off the truck when y'all got there, or y'all leave it like that all the time?
We leave it like that. And then, of course, the back end of it is the barbecue on. You see?
Oh, I see that. You got a grill. You can swing over.
You swing it over, and very. That's Ray Bello. There he is. And look at that fire under there. Some more well locations. Man, I was riding my new used Polaris. By the way, I want to just mention to Pierre Vidrine, the owner of Ville Platte Rental, where he's the Polaris dealer locally. Sure. One of the Polaris dealers, Pete Ford, also has Polaris sales. But Mr. Pierre, I'm still looking forward to going over there. Or you come to Opelousas and let's have that cup of coffee and let's make an acquaintance. And you come from a family that's got some connections to Plaisance, if I'm not mistaken. And that's where I'm from.
How about this family?
And then on a quiet weekend, occasionally, member might bring his wife, or in this case, Ray Bello brought his granddaughter, Shelby. And her boyfriend, Chase Robin, from the Arnaville area, works for Slimco, I might add. Slimco assists us every year with a nice donation for the cerebral palsy breakfast. And this is what I mentioned briefly earlier. This is Miss Bert Thibodeau. Her husband was Mr. Bert Thibodeau from Church Point, Louisiana. They've lived in Winfield, I guess, most of her adult life. She's from the area, and Father Christian is from Nigeria, and I also handed him a little small check to help him buy an airplane ticket. In January, he's going back home and visit his family.
Very
and
nice.
He remembered, I've got to take a second here. She, of course, was there the last time I went, and he was the priest there. And there was a young Mexican family with, if I recall correctly, 3 small children. And the whole congregation was big that day because they loved this little family. And this family had chosen to go back to Mexico and raise those kids with the Mexican culture, as he explained to me. Because I asked him, I said, you leaving? Look at these people. They love you. I was so touched that I got up and spoke about the friendliness and the compassion that they had for this little couple, and how this couple had the compassion, but also had a compassion for the kids to go back and fight what goes on over there. Miss Burt told me that they have a beautiful home, all paid for when they got there, and had a nice big truck to use in hauling gravel and dirt and all.
They'd saved their nickels over here.
Saved their nickels over here, and loved by everybody. And don't you know, Father Christian says, well, Bobby, he said, you were here the weekend that we gave the farewell party.
He remembered, huh?
He remembered that. Now,
there you go.
That impressed me. Father, keep up the good Christian work. Y'all a beautiful congregation.
Now, what you got here? You got Gina Choctaw Pines Casino. This
yes,
casino
sir.
Up there, is there?
Well, they have one that's been in the making now for probably 10 or more years.
Really?
You remember when the big
Oh, he got in some trouble, some legal trouble?
Legal troubles. He was representing multiple Indian casinos and charging, like the one in Kenda, $30–40 million they had paid to him. And the newspaper, I don't know if it was a factual article, but they kind of said that maybe he had a brother-in-law deal that was working with the Gina to get this facility going. So he was working both ends. He was making the money either way it went. Now, that's the way the article sounded. I'm not going to name anybody that I know a little bit about, but this is coming to fruition. This is on Highway 167 north, and it's where the Pineville exit there, and Marla Ford is on the right.
I got to take a break for a minute. We'll come back to our story in just 1 minute.